What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Apex Yu-Gi-Oh here, and we are back again with another Yu-Gi-Oh video. So, as you guys can see, I am back with DevPro. I finally was able to make enough space on my computer to be able to download it again. They do have new servers and all that, so it's much more upgraded and much more cooler. As you guys can see, we are looking at a banlist prediction list. And I wanted to talk about that since Konami's taking forever to release the October ban list, which I really honestly don't think they're going to release it in October. It might end up being November. It's already the 20th as I'm making this video as of today, and it's still not up. So I thought I might as well. I have time, so sure, why not? I also, guys, would love it if you guys could like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel. That would be wonderful. Now, anyways, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this ban list prediction list. Now, Chaos Emperor Dragon and Dark Magician of Chaos, I believe these should be able to come off the ban list. Basically, because they got their errata in the OCG format, and if they can do that in the TCG, that would be great. So I do see them coming back up to 1. We already have BLS, and to be honest, BLS is much better than Dark Magician of Chaos, in my opinion. Anyways, guys, next I chose LMTO Stratus to come up to at least 1 to test the waters with it. You guys, he is not as good as he used to be, and here's why. To get Dark Law on the field, you have to be able to special summon Shadow Mist. So this guy only adds a hero monster from your deck to your hand. The other reason why I think it would be nice to have him is because it would let you have more options for that wind masked hero, and I can't remember if it's Koga. I think it is. Don't quote me on that. That one might be the light one. I don't remember. Divine Wind or something like that. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember, but it's the new masked hero. Also, this is kind of like spell and trap card removal. Kind of helps out, and it is every hero monster you control except this card. So if you summon it, you can't just destroy spell and trap cards because if he's the only one on the field, you can't destroy anything. Now, Heavy Storm, I prefer Heavy Storm come back to 1 over Harpy's Feather Duster. Now, I know they did Raigeki, but I do think Heavy Storm should come back first. Because of that reason, Harpy's Feather Duster is just too OP. It doesn't have any cost to it. At least this one has cost to destroying your own spell and trap cards. Now, like I said, I would like to see this come back to 1 before we see Harpy's Feather Duster. Next, I have Tribe Infecting Virus. Now, here's the reason why I think this should come up to at least 1 or 2, because that new trap card that's coming out in Breakers of Shadow, or Breakers of Darkness, whatever you guys want to call it, does the exact same thing as this card. Exact same thing, and it's a trap card, it's going to be at 3. So, you know, why not bring this back? You can see, like, more play with it in Mermails, you know, that'd be cool. And also, it would kind of hurt Mermails as well, because a lot of them are like Sea Serpents and stuff like that. So if you declare freaking Aqua to keep this guy on the field, then all your Sea Serpents are screwed, you know what I mean? But anyways, this, you know, they're coming out with that trap card, why not bring this one back? Next, Cyberstein. Now hear me out, guys. I know Cyberstein's pretty freaking broken, but in my opinion it's really not. You pay 5,000 life points. Now every deck nowadays is an OTK deck. Every good deck nowadays is OTK. 3,000 life points is not going to be hard to take down. So you pay 5,000 life points to special summon 1 fusion monster from your deck or onto the field in attack position. Now, nowadays, with any fusion monster for the most part, has a summoning condition where it has to be fusion summoned. This only special summons a fusion monster, does not count as a fusion summon. So nowadays, like, I even think Dark Law has to be used with mass change. So you can't just special summon it. There's a condition to it. So this card is not as good as it used to be back in the day, where you could just pay 5,000 life points, special summon some crazy monster and OTK. Now, the only thing I could see this in a problem is Cyber Dragons, because they got that Cyber Twin Dragon that does not need to be fusion summoned, and that's 2,800 attack points, limit to removal. That's GG. You know, so, but, you know, my opinion, you guys, I think that Cyberstein should be able to come back. Anyways, on to the next one. I think Future Fusion should be able to come back, at least to one. Maybe two, because MST is still a big thing. They got that Galaxy card that destroys face-up spell and trap cards when it's banished. So, you guys, this is gonna, you know, when you send monsters to the graveyard, if this card gets destroyed, before the fusion monster comes out, the fusion monster doesn't get to come out after this has been destroyed. So, what's the point? You just lost a bunch of cards. I mean, I guess dragons, yeah, but, you know, dragons aren't as big as they used to be. Now that all the, you know, dragon rulers are gone, there's really no use for this card, other than, I guess, freaking, what are they called? Heroes. God, I was just talking about them. I'm sorry, guys. My mind's gone blank today. But, yeah, other than Heroes, this is the only card they'd ever use it in. Also, this one I am not talking about, coming off the ban list. I am going to talk about it, though, in general terms. This is never going to come off the ban list. Never, ever, ever. And here, let me tell you guys why. You know, a lot of people are saying, oh, let's see, Gateway of the Six come off the ban list. No, guys, this set up so many plays with Six Samurais, you have no idea. When this card was legal, and even when it was at 1, this card sets up all of your Xian plays, especially Xian being at 2, this card is going to be way too OP. This card basically was very good with Mizuo and Shinai. You can pop move your whole opponent's back row, and then, you know, summon all kinds of monsters and win the game. That's how this card worked. It basically ruined everything of your opponents with Shinai and Mizuo, and then allowing you to add 6 samurai monsters from your deck to your hand just by removing 4 counters. And 4 counters can come from anywhere. Dojo, Temple, United, those all have Bushido counters on them. So this card is just way too good. Also, it sets up OTK's plays because you can remove 2 counters from anywhere on the field, target 1 face-up 6 samurai monster or Xian effect monster, and that target gains 500 attack. Now, I do want to point out, guys, when it says Xian, it does not mean legendary 6 samurai Xian, because the ruling that they made on that is Xian and Xian are 2 different words. Xian is because it has a space in between. This guy right here, it has a space between Xian. So it does not mean you can special summon 1 Xian effect monster from your graveyard. It does not mean this one. It means Shogun Xian or Chancellor Xian. I think he is a Xian too. So, you know, it doesn't work with this legendary 6 samurai Xian. The other one I wanted to point out was Premature Burial. Excuse me. You pay 800 life points and target 1 monster in your graveyard, special summon it. It is an equipped card. MST is still a big thing. A lot of spell and trap card removal is still a big thing. So it's not like this card is going to be really staying on the field for very long. Especially if your opponent doesn't want the monster coming back. And then you just paid 800 life points for nothing. You know, these cards, you know, just like Future Fusion, these cards and Cyberstein, they all have too much of a big cost for them to really be banned still. You know, freaking Cyberstein, you pay 5,000 life points. That's just crazy. You know, and Future Fusion, you lose all your monsters that you're sending to the graveyard. And this, your monster's gonna end up destroyed anyways. Now, next one I want to talk about is Imperial Order. Now, Royal Decree is still out there. So why is this card still banned? This card's, in my opinion, is worse than Royal Decree. It's, you know, as long as this card is face up on the field, negate the effects of all spell cards on the field. And then you have to pay 700 life points each of your standby phases or destroy the card. Royal Decree doesn't even require you to pay 700 life points each turn to negate trap cards. Freaking, Jinzo doesn't require you to pay 700 life points to negate trap cards. So why is this card banned just to negate spell cards? You know, even nowadays, Cleaforts their effects can't be negated. So why I don't see why this card is still on the ban list. I would love to see this come back to 3. You know, Royal Decree's at 3, Jinzo's at 3, so why not? spell cards, great. I mean, if it was monster effects, then I'd be more concerned. But you know, this one needs to come off the ban list. Now, Solemn Judgment. I wanted to talk about Solemn Judgment and Solemn Warning because there is a new Solemn card coming out called Solemn's Notice. And what it does is you pay 1,500 life points and negate a special summon, any special summon, not a card that includes special summon. You can negate a summon, I think it is, any summon, or monster effect, I think it is. Let me see if I can look it up real fast. Solemn, here it is. Solemn Notice. It says when a monster would be special summon or if a monster effect is activated, pay 1,500 life points, negate the special summon or activation, and if you do, destroy the card. So this one is more viable than Solemn Warning will ever be, because it does negate the special summon, and that does, I believe that does include inherent summons too, because it is a quick play. Now, it's not as good as Solemn Judgment, but I want to touch down on the whole cost thing. You pay half your life points to negate one summon and one or spell or trap card. You know, this would be nice to come back to 1. This would be nice to come up to 2, because this one is going to be at 3 when it first comes out. So, I'd love to see, the Solemn Brigade, once again, come back, because Solemn Notice is going to freaking wreck everything. So, it'd just be nice. Debris Dragon, I don't even know why Debris Dragon's even on the ban list anymore. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's a level 4 tuner, but you can't use level 4 monsters, I believe, as synchro materials. It would only be good in Quasar. That's the only deck I ever see that being run in. So, why? Why is this on the ban list? Take it off. Allure of Darkness, in my opinion, you guys, with Burning Abyss and Shadal's, you don't want to banish your cards. Yeah, you get to +2, but really you don't want to banish anything that's going to resolve in the graveyard. Like, if you have a Graph in hand, you're not going to banish your Graph just to draw 2 cards. You want to pop off Graph's effect. Or Sir, you see what I'm saying? You know, so it just, I think this coming up to 2 would be nice. Rescue Rabbit, this card would only be good in Ignites. And we all want Royal Magical Library banned already, so if you're going to ban Royal Magical Library, bring Rescue Rabbit up to 2. I'd like to see some Dino Rabbits again. No one ever plays them anymore because of this. So let's see some more Dino Rabbits. Book of Moon. The Book of Moon, Bottomless Trap Hole, Torrential Tribute, and Compulsory Evacuation Device. Guys, I think one of those, at least one of those, needs to go up to 2. We've been seeing these guys at 1 for a very long time now. I think that it's about time that it comes up to 2, one of them at least, to kind of give us some more options around monsters and monsters being summoned and such. So I do think that, yeah, so that'd be nice to see them at 2. Now, this one I'm kind of iffy about. Now, I did decide to put it at 2, in my opinion, because they're, like, I want to touch down on all this. I want to be completely serious, guys. Costs are too big of costs are just no bueno, no good in Yu-Gi-Oh anymore, because OTKs are everywhere. And if you destroy a 3,000 attack point monster, 5,000 attack points or life points is not hard to do in one turn. Literally, you guys, I mean, OTKs are crazy, and especially, and now that goes back to Stein, Towers is 3,000 attack points. You pay 5,000 life points, especially someone with one crap fusion monster. You got 2 towers facing you. You're gonna lose, you know. So I mean, yeah, your opponent takes the same amount of damage, but I'd like to see this at 2. You know, you can only use it on your opponent's turn. You can only target your opponent's monsters, and you can only use 1 per turn. So might as well. Advanced Ritual Art. Does anybody even know why this is even on the ban list? You have to use normal monsters from your deck to the graveyard, whose level is equal to the ritual monster. Okay, yeah, it goes from the deck to the graveyard to ritual summon, but normal monsters? What deck is going to use that besides Ignites? I don't know. Dragon Ravine. Be nice to see some more Dragonities. Dragons aren't a thing anymore, so, I mean, either Dragon Ravine at 3 or Future Fusion at 1. Now, Altair, Deneb, and Nova Alpha, one of them needs to be put at 1. Stellar Knights had won Worlds. obviously they gotta ban something, or limit something, or semi-limit something. My personal opinion, I'd like to see Nova at 2, and your Altair at 1. Because these guys are your main combo pieces in the deck. These are the only ones you ever use besides Vega, which you don't even run 3 Vega, you run 2. You know, so it'd be nice to see Altair at 1 and Nova at 2. Anyways, Sir and or Graph, I do think one of them needs to be brought down to 2. Burning Abyss hasn't been hit in a while. The only thing that really was hit with them is Tour Guide, and that was the last that we've ever heard of Burning Abyss going down. They've been topping for a long time. They need to stop topping now. One thing I did forget to put on here, though, is I do think Towers needs to be dropped down to at least 2 or 1. No one ever even uses more than 2 in a duel, so what's the point of having more than that? Necros of Unicorn or Cycle, I do think one of those needs to be taken down a notch. Necros have been out there for too long. They're super powerful. And they're still topping, so I do think that Necros needs to be taken down a notch. Unicorn or Cycle is the perfect thing to take them down. Now Shaddolls have never been hit, and please don't quote me on that, but I seriously think that Shaddolls have never been hit, even at hard at all. I do think El Shaddol Fusion should go down to 2 and Construct down to 2 as well. That would kind of limit their plays. And if not El Shaddol Fusion, then the other one, Shaddol Fusion, just the regular one that allows you to take cards in your deck. This one's a quick play. You guys decide. I really think that El Shaddol Fusion is better because it's a quick play. So I do think Call of the Haunted. Now, same reason for Satellar Knights. It is crazy support. You guys have 3 Oasis and 3 Call of the Haunted. You don't need 6. Well, you don't need 9 ways to get cards out of the graveyard. So Altair at 1, Call of the Haunted maybe at 2, maybe at 1. 1 would even be better. 6 Samurai Shion, this needs to come off the ban list already. 6 Samurais aren't even as good as they used to be. And anyways, in my personal opinion, I just go Beast instead. So everything really out there is spell cards. So yeah. As I already touched down on Shaddol Construct, Dante, either Sir, Graph, or Dante. One of them needs to be taken out. Not banned, just regularly taken out. Anyways, guys, I hope I touched down on, for the most part, what things can be taken off. I hope you guys got a good idea of what I think should be taken off of the ban list. If you guys have any suggestions or want to talk about it, please put it in the comment section below. Like I said before, please like, subscribe, and favorite, share. Let everybody know that I'm out there, because I don't really get a lot of views. I used to, but not as much anymore. So please let people know. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Apex Yu-Gi-Oh! Signing off. See you later, guys.